So coming to the next question.
Yeah.
I have always seen with a Mahadasha change, there is usually a change of address, change of work, change of job, change of towns. So you had everything.
Everything changed, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah. So what was the biggest challenge that you faced in the first part of Shani? What was the biggest thing?
So I call it stonewalling. Stonewalling in the sense, everything, the entire universe was stonewalling against me. I was not used to it that way. I was always, whatever I wanted to do, the universe would come forward and help me move forward. Here it was stonewall. So everywhere I had to find my way out. I had to find where I need to go. That was the first challenge, because coming from that Rahu chaos, I landed into Saturn. When I landed into Saturn, I got into a new job, right? I got into a new city, right? वहां पे भी अब दूसरे पंगे शुरू हो गए, right? I ended up in one part of the city which was very far away from office. So at one point of time, I started traveling 2.5 hours one way towards office in Bangalore, right? 2.5 hours one way, 2.5 hours back. So lot of suddenly things changed. अच्छा, बीच में क्या हुआ कि halfway through Shani, for example, I settled with my boss. अब समझ में आ गया what he's saying and everything else. The moment there was comfort factor, he resigned. A new guy came in, even worse. Right? If, again, I don't want to name names because he might be seeing this video for all I know. But even worse. And again, nothing wrong to him, but उसने पिछले वाले से भी ज्यादा मुझे असलियत दिखा दी. Right? So I think what the first half is basically it picks you up from that top position you are in Jupiter and brings you to ground and stomps you in the ground. And you are not able to get out of that. You're not able to understand which direction to take. I think that was the toughest and biggest challenge for me. Once I went through that, right, things started opening up. And again, we'll talk more about that when we are talking about the future dashas. But I think the toughest part was that.
How did you change as a person? So did you become more detached, more serious, more disciplined? What?
So, lot of my friends, जैसे हम दोनों तो मैं आपको जुपिटर राहु के समय मिला, but lot of my friends know me from childhood. Some know me in my Jupiter Mahadasha. Everybody tells me I'm a completely different person now, right? Yes, I have become relatively much more disciplined. Discipline is still my biggest struggle. I think as a Jupiter Lagna person,
Meena Lagna struggles.
Yeah, Meen Lagna, Jupiter in first house, huge struggle with discipline, right? I realize the importance of discipline, and I would say I'm much better than what I was earlier, but I have miles to go, if you ask me. I have become serious. I have for example, my conversations have to have depth, have to have value. Otherwise, I'll not converse. My humor has to have depth. Has to have a lot of I would say value again. Otherwise, I will not. I have stopped laughing, or not stopped. I would say I've slowly, automatically, slapstick has gone away and subtle humor has come in. So that's a big change in how I was. Detached, yes. When Ketu came, a lot of detachment came, but the detachment, we will talk about that. The detachment is of a different kind altogether, right? The detachment was not with things or money or family. Rather, in my case, the detachment was from the previous me, my Jupiter me, or my, whatever successful me. I had to detach my own notions of my past, my glory, and adjust to this fact and work from there. So yes, I have become a little more disciplined. I have become serious also. Comparatively, I have reduced my speaking. I don't speak a lot, Unless in a setting like this where we are talking now, or I have to go speak to a client, that still remains my most important forte of speaking in front of a crowd. But again, I measure what I speak. पहले ऐसा होता था कि बिना बात की बात भी कर दी. One more thing I have noticed is, as a person, I don't know, I have become very forgetful. My long-term memory is still the same, but my short-term memory, I have to do a lot of detailing in my short-term memory. It's like, I've become a little bit more like that Gajani guy where Kalpana is dead. I have to tell myself. So I have to make a lot of notes for myself for short-term things. So पहले ऐसा होता था कि for presentations and discussions, I would just go on the fly, right? gut पे चले गए, खड़े होके बोलना शुरू कर दिया. Now I will not do that. I will actually sit, prepare, make notes for myself, and then go into some conversation. So that's a big change for me.
Okay. I have seen this happen to a lot of Shani people. For some reason, maybe unke dimag mein there is so much khich which is going on that their short-term memory collapses.
I know, yeah. I actually saw a psychologist to understand कि boss क्या हो रहा है, because I was worried. I had to go and speak to him to understand what is happening. And again, nothing untoward was there, but I realized that now I have to probably do a little more homework and preparation, right, to get into anything. So now I have learned to live with it.
Okay.